everybody, welcome to the success story series that is currently going on for NABARD Grade A 2023 cycle. And today we have one more topper with us, Miss Poonam Singh Girewal. She has recently cleared NABARD Grade A examination in her very first attempt, and let me tell you, she did along with her college. So today we are going to look at a new perspective. Till now, we've been looking for the interviews. We are seeing interviews of the ones working aspirants who are preparing for many years, but but today we have one such candidate with us, who has cleared this examination, who has in fact prepared this examination with the colleges, with her college going on. So what were the challenges did she faced, and what were the then solutions she came up with in her journey? Today we are going to understand, so that the aspirants like you who are still in college can take the benefit of it. But before that, let me just welcome her on our platform. Hi, Poonam. Welcome on EduTap, and heartiest congratulations on your big win.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Okay, so like starting off, like I would want you to tell about your academics to the aspirants, and then how did you decided that you wanted to prepare for this particular examination?
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Poonam Singh Grewal. I hail from the Bhiwani district of Haryana. I have completed my Bachelor's of Commerce in the year 2021, and then I have completed my Master's in Economics in the year 2023 from a state government university in my district itself. And now I'm pursuing my Master's in Literature.
Right. Okay.
So,
So yeah. So I really want to add to this. Like you're going to tell that how you started preparing for NABARD. So I really want to ask, like you're from non-agriculture background, right? So why did you like preferred NABARD? Like what was that one thing you felt like the NABARD or the institution has which made you prepare for this exam?
yes, ma'am. I have heard about NABARD since 11th and 12th standard through the books like Indian Economy, but I came to know about the NABARD grade officer recruitment in my college days, like in my master's. At that time, I was in the quest to search for the best career option that would be compatible for me. So I was scrolling and exploring online, and then I got to know about NABARD recruitment, and I thought that it can be the one where I would be perfectly suitable. So I checked the eligibility criteria and the exam pattern. And at that time, I made my mind that this is going to be something which I would be preparing.
Right, true. Okay. So usually it's a notion that, when you are preparing for competitive examination along with your academics, it is comparatively easy because you're still in touch with the studies. But what your experience and your journey says, that what are the pros and cons for any aspirants who is still in college and they are aiming for preparing for competitive examination? What are the pros and cons?
Ma'am, I would say that it is more on a positive side because I have felt the impact when I was preparing. It will have a good impact on your descriptive writing, and when you start at a very young age, तो कहीं ना कहीं आपके chances ज़्यादा होते हैं. So it has complemented well for my personality, and I feel कि कहीं ना कहीं और लोगों के लिए भी ही एक compatible होगा if you start in college.
Right. And what about those days, when the schedule in college is also hectic? Sometimes there are fest, college is like a place where every month there is something. Either it's a fest or it's like the internals examination going on, midterms going on, then end sem going on. Then you have to like provide with the assignments and all that. So how, as an aspirant, you can or anybody can manage like if they want to?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you can definitely manage. In my first year of master's, I was focused on my academics because I had the practical subjects like statistics and mathematics for economists. And side by side, I was trying to improve my depth. So I was participating in various competitions and seminars and workshop. So it has given a very big output to improve in my depth. And in my second year, I started preparing full-fledged for this examination. But somehow you will have to manage because there is midterm exams and there are
Yeah.
semester exams. You will have to submit the assignments also. But I would feel that if you are really yearning for something, yeah, you can manage.
True, that's really true. Everybody have 24 hours. If you, it just depend like where do you want to spend those. And
Yeah.
if you as rightly said by Miss Poonam, if you are willing to do for something, like you will somehow you will take out time for it. All right. Okay. So now let's talk about the your preparation for the examination, and you went for self study. All right. And you're from non-agriculture background, and even though like you had commerce, but it's not as core quants and reasoning as maybe somebody from BTech BTech background or maybe science background might have, the BSc background, right? So when you were starting off with the preparation, were there some subjects that you prioritized and you felt like, being from non-agriculture and non this technical quant reasoning background, you need to require your focus on these subjects? Were there any preference regarding the subjects?
For me, ma'am, the biggest challenge was ARD itself because I was quite new and I was not acquainted with all these topics. However, I had the subject agricultural economics in my master's, but that was totally different for what we have to study for this examination. So my preference was ARD, that I will have to complete the syllabus first hand. कि जितना कहीं ना कहीं से मुझे मिल रहा है sources, whatever I get online, मैं उसको complete करूंगी. My first preference was ARD, then ESI and GA. So these were the topics. And apart from this, the descriptive writing, because the total section is descriptive writing in mains. 50 marks ka hi aata objective. 150 allots for descriptive writing. So for that also I have prepared a lot.
Right. And for quant reasoning, so did you touched it at the end of your preparation?
No, ma'am, I have not touched it at the end. I started preparing it first hand only. For quants, I had some prioritized topics like simplification, approximation, and quadratic equation, and DI. These four topics were my preference कि मुझे ये करने हैं. And if any question comes from these topics, I should be able to solve the question. उसमें ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि मैं कहीं ना कहीं जो मैंने पढ़े हुए हैं उन टॉपिक से आई एम नॉट एबल टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चंस and I have done it from the online stuff like from YouTube channels and etc. And for reasoning also I have prioritized some chapters like inequality and direction sense, and these were some topics that I have prioritized. So in such a
Right.
way I have prepared for constant reasoning.
Right. So what would you recommend to aspirants, like if they are going for any YouTube channel, like how should they prioritize the teachers or maybe the subject? Like how, on what basis or what were the criterias for you to choose any like special maybe channel for any specific subject?
Ma'am, it depends upon aspirant to aspirant. I have followed Ashish sir and for quants and Ankush Lamba sir for reasoning. I would say it depends upon everyone's personality कि किसका आपको अच्छे से समझ में आता है. You can follow the same. I have followed these two and I was able to clear this examination. I feel कि अगर आप इन सर को भी follow करेंगे, you will be able to get through it because बहुत ज्यादा हाई लेवल पे भी नहीं आता है और बहुत कम पे भी नहीं आता है. You will have to mediate. So I
Right.
think these two are the good sources.
Okay. See, usually what happen if any aspirant they're preparing for like 3 to 4 months or 5 months, they have very limited time. So whatever be the limited source they have, or they are going for limited subject or maybe chapters, and they do not have much time to think about the rest of the situations or scenarios that can come. But you were preparing for one full-fledged year, so definitely the pros is that you have enough time to prepare. But then con is also, a lot of thoughts that come. Maybe you start doubting with what you're studying or not or everything. So, like for quant and reasoning, you said you went for specific chapters and you made sure that from those chapters, I would not skip any question, right? But didn't you ever felt that because usually aspirants they are able to clear the overall cutoff, but in sections they just lack, right? So during that time period, didn't you ever had that thought, that thought emerged that maybe I should cover more and more chapters in quant reasoning to increase my chances? And if such thoughts came, how did you handle and suppress those thoughts and you stick to what you had initially planned?
Ma'am, I chose these topics after analyzing the PYQs properly. I analyzed the past 2 to 3 years PYQs, and I thought कि these are the chapters जहाँ पे ज़्यादातर फ्रैक्शन आता है. And you can do it easily अगर आपने ये chapters अच्छे से किए हैं. You can clear the sectional. So कहीं ना कहीं मेरे mind में यही था because we have the other subjects also.
Right.
ARD, as I told you already, कि was the challenge for me. तो कहीं ना कहीं मुझे उन पे भी कंसंट्रेट करना था. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट आई हैड कॉलेज आल्सो. सो आई थॉट कि ये मैं अच्छे से करके जाऊंगी. इसमें अगर क्वेश्चन आया है तो आई विल नॉट लिव इट. सो इवेंचुअली मेरी सेक्शनल स्कोर्स आर नॉट आउट येट. तो क्लियर हो गई थी.
Yeah, true. Okay. And as you said that ARD was the biggest challenge for you. So how did you prepare for it? That definitely the aspirant would want to know about it.
Ma'am, the initial preparation of ARD was very ineffective because I was not getting the good marks in mocks, and however I didn't had any course also, so I had to juggle between the various sources. Online कभी यहाँ से कोई उठाया मैंने source, कहीं यहाँ से उठाया, but after talking to some people on Telegram, they gave me a direction कि this you can follow, this is the proper pathway. And then I followed the TNAU website and the stuff that is freely available online. So from that, I have prepared, and I have prepared some the static part also, like some reports and like census, livestock census, handloom census, and NAFI survey, and all these. The concoction of all these had helped me a lot to clear the ARD section, especially.
Right. To the aspirants who do not know, TNAU stands for Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. So they have provided some free notes on all the subjects, especially that are asked in the NABARD examination online. So if you're going for self preparation, you can just start off with this particular website. There you are going to get detailed notes, and that is going to help you with the examination. All right. So you were making your own notes, and definitely, as we discussed before, college it has its own routine, right? So at that time, and initially, like revising content is less time consuming, but making notes, that too from scratch and not from being that same particular background, it's very time consuming. So didn't you ever had that thought that maybe I should buy a course, it will be easier for me and less time consuming for me, and I would have more chances of revision? Like, why you stick to self study when you have the options available? or
Ma'am,
or maybe you felt like the people who are having coaching, they would be given, like they would be provided with better material which you can find yourself. Like, what was that thought that made you like believe in yourself and you followed that?
Ma'am, I was very clear about this thing. Ki, firstly, I will give my 100% efforts. It may take some time, but if I'm consistent, तो कहीं ना कहीं मुझे अच्छा आउटपुट मिलेगा. तो इसीलिए मैंने कुछ सोर्सेज प्रायोरिटाइज कर लिए थे. एंड आफ्टर सम टाइम आई स्टार्टेड वाचिंग द पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट्स. तो मुझे मॉक्स में भी मार्क्स अच्छे मिल रहे थे. तो देन आई रियलाइज कि दिस इज आई एम गोना कंटिन्यू, एंड इवेंचुअली मुझे इसका अच्छा रिजल्ट मिलेगा. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई जस्ट स्टिक टू सेल्फ स्टडी ओनली.
Right. And if we talk about the general awareness and the current affairs section of ESI, so what sources did you refer and how did you do?
Ma'am, for ESI, I had my notes only. Like for schemes, let's say there is a scheme PM Ujjwala Yojana. So I used to go to Google, जहाँ पे भी मुझे उससे related articles मिल रहे हैं, either it's PIB or any other website. तो I used to write down in the MS Word. तो मैं उसमें add on करती रहती थी, and every news related to it मेरे उसमें add होती थी. So in such a way, I have made a PDF of all the schemes that are there in news. And for GA, I have referred to Affairs Cloud. तो उसमें मैंने
Okay.
नेशनल, इंटरनेशनल और जो भी मेजर इवेंट्स होते हैं, आई हैव उनको मैंने सबको अच्छे से क्लियर किया था.
Right. And what about the revision strategy? Like in a, or did you had any certain days, like after certain days, did you used to revise, or was it a monthly revision, or was there no revision at all?
मैम, इट वाज अ वीकेंड रिवीजन. मैं
Okay.
वीकेंड्स पे रिवाइज करती थी अच्छे से, कि अगर मैं वीकली पीडीएफ पढ़ रही हूँ, आफ्टर
Mm.
सेकेंड वीक मैं उसको अच्छे से रिवाइज करूंगी. एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द मंथ मैराथन सेशन आ जाते हैं यूट्यूब पे बहुत
Mm.
सारे कोचिंग क्लासेस के.
Right.
आई यूज टू फॉलो दैट, कि उनसे मेरे अच्छे से जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन मेरी किसी सोर्स में रह गई है, तो
Mm.
बाकी से मैं उनको कवर कर लूंगी. इन सच अ वे आई यूज टू डू द रिवीजन.
Right. Okay. So that was for phase one. And did you like you said that from starting only you were attempting mock test. So all in all, like how many did you attempt, or what would you advise to students? Like the that these are the minimum you should attempt the mock test.
मैम, एज इट वाज माय फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट, आई वांटेड टू बी सो श्योर. मैं कोई रिस्क लेना नहीं चाहती थी. सो फॉर फेज वन आई हैव अटेम्प्टेड 30 मॉक टेस्ट.
Okay.
बिकॉज कहीं ना कहीं मुझे लगता था इफ आई विल कीप प्रैक्टिसिंग तो पॉजिटिव पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट ही
Hmm.
पड़ेगा. सो मैंने 30 दिए थे. एंड कुछ शुरू में तो स्कोर्स आते ही नहीं थे, बहुत कम था, बट इवेंचुअली
Hmm.
आई गॉट इन टू द पाथ, और स्कोर अच्छा रहता था. सो आई वुड सजेस्ट कि 15 to 20 तो दे देने चाहिए सबको. And if you are especially the first attemptee, then
Hmm.
30 can be the good number.
Right. And you said that descriptive writing also you focused on the initial stage only, as it has a lot of weightage in the final merit list, because to the aspirants who do not know, the final merit list is made out of the marks that you have obtained in phase 2 as well as interview. So phase 2 is definitely most a very important factor. So you said that from initial time only you started focusing on little bit on descriptive as well. So like what were the topics did you prioritize in the initial time, or how did you manage the descriptive portion in your preparation?
Yes, ma'am. Descriptive portion in regulatory bodies is pivotal. because there is a difference between what we write on a pen and paper, and
Hmm.
here we have to type on keyboard. So for that, typing practice is must, and I had a diploma in computer application, so मुझे उसका benefit मिला था. I had the decent typing speed. And apart from this, I had prioritized some topics both in ARD and ESI. In
Hmm.
ARD, like animal husbandry, extension, and even one question was there on extension.
Hmm.
सो सोयल वाला चैप्टर था. कुछ चैप्टर्स थे जो मैंने प्रायोरिटाइज कर लिए थे. सेम इन द केस ऑफ ESI, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट एंड इन्फ्लेशन, पॉवर्टी. These were the chapters which have I have prioritized.
Right. And then you made the fodder material for that.
Yeah.
And talking about the like practicing descriptive answer writing, if you have to guide the aspirants like this is the path they can follow initially, because initially it takes a lot of time to even frame an answer. So if you could like what according to your experience, if you could guide them that this is how the fodder material can be made, or the initially practice can be done, if you could help with that.
Ma'am, here we have to write 2000 words in 90 minutes. So firstly, it should be clear in mind कि कितने time आपको devote करना है for one question. Like I
Hmm.
have devoted 25 minutes for 15 markers. तो
Okay.
उसमें मुझे structure भी frame करना है. I have to complete the word limit. I have to do the proofreading also. So
Hmm.
मेरे दिमाग में सेट था, and for the 10 markers I had 20 minutes in my hands कि मुझे इतने में complete अपना पेपर करना है और उसको proofread भी करना है.
Hmm.
And you have to follow proper structure also कि आपका बॉडी हो अच्छे से कंक्लूजन लिखा हुआ हो. एंड व्हाट आई हैव डन इज कि मेरे पास मैंने फोल्डर मटेरियल अच्छे से बना रखा था. हर एक टॉपिक के ऊपर, हर एक हॉट टॉपिक के ऊपर मेरे पास फोल्डर मटेरियल था. देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन ऑन इन्फ्लेशन, और
Hmm.
देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन ऑन अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट. तो कहीं ना कहीं मेरे पास कोई रिपोर्ट थी, डेटा था, लास्ट मंथ का हो सकता है या उसी साल का हो सकता है, विच कैन बी कॉम्प्लीमेंटेड वेरी वेल. इफ
Right.
देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन ऑन अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, तो मैं
Hmm.
उसमें कीवर्ड्स यूज करती थी, जिससे कि स्ट्रक्चर बहुत अच्छा शो होता है. फॉर अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट आई वुड से द एस्केलेटिंग क्राइसिस और लेग्ड
Hmm.
इम्पैक्ट. And apart from that, I used to follow some approaches. Apart from the pastel analysis, मैं उसमें क्या करती थी, कुछ अप्रोच यूज करती थी. किसी भी क्वेश्चन के ऊपर हमने पूछ लिया कि इस प्रॉब्लम को हमें कैसे टैकल करना है, देन आई
Hmm.
वुड से कि वी कैन सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम और वी कैन टैकल दिस प्रॉब्लम बाय 3C अप्रोच. सो उसमें 3C में यू कैन पुट अप योर वर्ड्स लाइक
Right.
कोलेबोरेशन, कॉम्पिटिशन एंड वट एवर इज देयर. सो इस वे में बहुत अच्छे से प्रिपेयर होता था. यू हैव द कीवर्ड्स, आप कुछ अप्रोच यूज कर सकते हैं, and some data and facts. Data and facts, I would say कि hot topics का you can prepare a well list,
Hmm.
कि आप उसमें जो भी हॉट टॉपिक्स हैं उनसे रिलेटेड रिपोर्ट्स या कुछ डेटा, एंड इफ यू हैव द सर्वे इन योर हैंड्स, तो फिर वो आप अच्छे से लिख के उसकी प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं. एंड कहीं ना कहीं किसी डायमेंशन में, इन द पेस्ट एनालिसिस, कहीं ना किसी डायमेंशन में हम उस आंसर को लिख सकते हैं, अच्छे से फ्रेम कर सकते हैं इन
True.
फॉर्डर मटेरियल की हेल्प से.
True. And for like current affairs, so I think it would be more like you have written inflation and whatever be the recent news, be it
Yeah,
like within a 1 year, you must have written that down or you have noted that down. But
yeah.
if we talk about the general current affair that is asked in ESI or the general awareness section, of how many months did you cover?
मैम, इनिशियली आई स्टार्टेड, जब मैंने प्रेपरेशन की थी, आई इट वाज वेरी इनफेक्टिव बिकॉज मैं शुरू से पढ़ने लग गई थी. लेटर आई रियलाइज्ड कि इट इज़ नॉट नीडेड. सो आई स्टिक टू 4 months ओनली. मैंने 4 months का उसमें अच्छे से किया था कंप्लीट, और वही मैंने रिवाइज किया था अगेन एंड अगेन.
Right. And when you then appeared for the examination, did you feel like anybody who has covered 4 months, it's like more than sufficient, or it was more on a margin basis? Like it was like somewhere around 50-50 you were able to do, and from in the margin only you must have cleared.
No, ma'am. And I would say in 4 months you can easily clear the sectional also, and कहीं ना कहीं अच्छे ही marks आएंगे, because
Okay.
other subjects also
Yeah.
matters. तो उन पे भी focus करना है. And in pre we have 8 subjects. तो कहीं ना कहीं we have to do the time management also, and we do not have to be hustle out there कि हाँ ये section रह गया है या ये रह गया है. I started with the merit section. I gave
Hmm.
20 minutes each to ESI and ARD, then 10 minutes to GA, और then I switched to the non-merit section.
Non-merit
तो
section.
कहीं ना कहीं फिर उसके बाद कंप्लीट करने के बाद आई केम बैक अगेन टू मैरिट, उस उनको चेक किया, एंड देन आई सबमिटेड द एग्जाम.
Right. And for decision making and computer knowledge also, you relied on like various YouTube channels, or you had some books bought for it.
Ma'am, for computer, I have told you कि
Hmm.
I have had the diploma, so I have attempted the mocks only. And for decision making, 2 to 3 hours की videos हैं on YouTube, तो उनसे हो जाता है because however some students are not able to clear the sectional 1 to 1.5 इतनी sectional रहती
Hmm.
है and it becomes a daunting task. तो मैंने ये prioritize कर लिया था कि I will watch the videos and I will give the mock test. I will take
Mock
the mock
test.
test. तो फिर वो मैंने complete
Hmm.
किए थे and I made it.
Right. And if you talk about the phase two English section, so usually students who are decent enough in English, they do not prepare, right? What's your stance on that? And if you prepared, how did you prepare for it?
आई वुड से यू शुड नॉट लीव एनी सेक्शन कि आप बिल्कुल तो छोड़िए ही मत किसी भी सेक्शन को इवन इफ यू नो इट वेल सो आई हैव प्रिपेयर्ड इन द सेम वे एज आई हैव प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर ARD डिस्क्रिप्टिव एंड ESI डिस्क्रिप्टिव लाइक टेक्नोलॉजी डिजिटल पेमेंट्स फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन दिस वर द हॉट टॉपिक्स सो मैंने उन पे अच्छे से ऐसे की प्रैक्टिस की थी एंड फॉर द लेटर एंड प्रेसी राइटिंग ऑल्सो आई हैव प्रैक्टिस्ड अ लॉट बिकॉज मैंने किसी भी सेक्शन को ऐसे नहीं छोड़ा था आई डेंट वॉन्ट टू टेक एनी चांस
Right.
बीइंग द फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट इट वाज माय प्रायोरिटी कि मैं हर एक चीज के लिए अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करके जाऊंगी किसी भी चीज को लीनियंट नहीं छोड़ूंगी आई हैव प्रैक्टिस फॉर इंग्लिश ऑल्सो
Right. So, like you said that you were preparing for essays, precis, and other descriptive portion also, right? And you said that you did with self-preparation. So, didn't you ever had those thoughts that, just, let me just make it check by somebody the essays I'm writing, preci I'm writing. Like I'm writing from my end, the precis, but is this the right format that I'm following? Or even if we say that the whatever I'm writing, is it like good or is it bad? There are various crash courses also that are run. Okay, I'm just asking you because there are a lot of options available in the market. And when you are a fresher, usually the repeaters, they do not go for courses, but yes, fresher, they would want to have that guidance, right? So during those moments, how did you or what made you had faith in yourself that even the presi that I'm writing or SE I'm writing, those are like good enough, and let me just practice? What is that quality that you feel like you have, which made you believe in yourself in while you were writing those answers?
यस मैम फॉर दिस मैंने यूट्यूब चैनल देखा है बिल्कुल
Hmm.
कंप्लीटली कि हाउ द डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग इज डिफरेंट एज कम्पेयर टू द कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स और जो भी हम स्कूल में लिखते थे हाउ इट इज
Hmm.
डिफरेंट तो मैंने हर एक चीज को अच्छे से एनालाइज किया है आई वॉच्ड सेवरल वीडियोस रिगार्डिंग लेटर्स एंड एसेज तो कहीं ना कहीं लेटर आई रियलाइज्ड कि I had the good academic score like in school and college and my masters
Hmm.
so I felt कि this is the same way because in when I started my masters I used to complement like facts and data in my answer. So I made
Hmm.
that habit in my masters very well. तो मैं उसको ही आगे लेके गई and I used to follow the same thing in my descriptive also and I वो आपको खुद भी एक feeling आ जाती है कि
Hmm.
आप अच्छे से लिख रहे हो या नहीं लिख रहे हो and I used to integrate grammarly with my notepad तो उसमें आपको errors भी दिख जाते हैं कि how much errors are you making and how you can rephrase your lines also तो ये भी ऑप्शन अवेलेबल है फ्रॉम देन ऑनवर्ड्स आई थॉट कि हाँ ये सही पैटर्न है ना गोइंग विद द फ्लो और ये अच्छा है देन आई फॉलो द सेम
Right, true. Because you were still in connection with academics, so definitely you have that feedback. Because if you are giving midterm, there you're getting the scorecard, and it helps you and understand that if you're writing, that's good or not, and you carried that forward. And in fact, one more highlight key takeaway for the aspirants who are watching, Miss Poonam, she started adding the datas and facts in the academic answer also. So she integrated this particular habit in her academic so that she just get used to it, and that held in the examination. So if you're somebody who is still in college, you can also integrate this procedure if you have such subjects where it can be done, and it will help you in the examination. All right. And if you talk about the word limit, so are you like very religious and strict with the word limit, or you are that plus minus sort of aspirant?
मैम आई वुड से कि 90% अगर आप लिख पाते हो आंसर को इट वुड सफाइस इट वुड
Hmm.
बी मोर देन गुड कि बहुत अच्छा आंसर लिखा है आपने इट इज नॉट अ नेसेसरी कि आपको 100% कवर अप करके आनी है बट 90 to 95% इज अ गुड राइटिंग आई वुड से
Right. And one more last thing for the phase two that I want to ask, that definitely you had prepared for the material and the broad topics that you have prepared so that you can integrate that information somehow. But still, as an aspirant, does it happen that no matter how much you have prepared, you're going to encounter with such questions which you do not have any like solid idea about, and you have to vaguely come up with the answers? Did that happen with you?
यस मैम, इट हैव हैपेंड विद मी मल्टीपल टाइम्स बिकॉज एग्रीकल्चर में बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स हैं विच
True.
आई वाज नॉट acquainted विद। तो उसके लिए
Hmm.
आई हैड टू गिव माय एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट्स। तो होता है बिकॉज बट व्हेन यू प्रैक्टिस तो आपको आदत बन जाती है कि हाँ, इफ सच काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस कम्स नेक्स्ट टाइम तो मैं किसको कैसे कॉप अप करूंगी या फिर कैसे मैं इसको आंसर को फ्रेम करूंगी। दैट हैबिट बहुत अच्छी होती है, धीरे धीरे आपको बन जाती है। आई वुड से कि प्रैक्टिस से ही होगा। इफ यू विल कीप प्रैक्टिसिंग यू विल बी एबल टू गेट थ्रू इट।
True, that's true. Because when you practice, also you're giving mock tests, you're doing practice. So definitely you will get encountered to such situation a lot. So even if you do not know the answer, at least your mind is prepared how to handle yourself during the preparation, and that composure is going to help you in the main examination as well. All right. So after phase two, like, were you satisfied with your performance? Were you expecting your interview call, or were you a little bit skeptical that I don't know how it went and all that?
I was a little bit intimidated because my objective part was not quite as per my expectation। जितना मैंने सोचा था कि I would be able to do it, but वो उतना नहीं हो पाया था। But my descriptive portion was good. So
Hmm.
somehow I was at the edge कि हो सकता है या नहीं हो सकता है। But eventually it happened, and from the next day onwards, I started preparing for my interview.
Okay. And what sources then you referred for interview?
For interview also, ma'am, it's just the self-study. I started with the transcript. I have taken a look on the previous year transcripts that जो भी एस्पिरेंट्स भेजते हैं ग्रुप में, उनने मैंने अच्छे से एनालिसिस की, एंड स्पेशली दोज हु आर फ्रॉम द इकोनॉमिक्स बैकग्राउंड।
Hmm.
आई पेड अटेंशन टू दैट कि उनसे क्या क्वेश्चन पूछे जा रहे हैं, कहीं ना कहीं सेम क्वेश्चंस कुड बी आस्क्ड फ्रॉम मी।
Hmm.
After that, I did a draft for my educational qualification and my background, जो भी मेरा background है उसके ऊपर मैंने बहुत सारे questions frame out किए। और then I read the annual report, original source only, there were 252 pages, I still remember।
Hmm.
वो मैंने annual report भी original source से ही की है। Then I have read the PLP of my district and SFP and NABARD Act and some basic topics like farmer clubs and cooperatives and all these topics I have prepared.
All right. And did you give mock interviews as well?
Yeah, ma'am, I gave 7 mock interviews.
And like, what do you think that are they very similar to the main interviews, or they help you with the preparation? What your experience about 7 interviews says? And also, when you're giving various interviews, there are various opinions that are being given to you. So how was that experience, and what do you suggest that to the aspirant from your experience, that it is better to have multiple interviews given, or like one or two would suffice?
My real interview was totally different from the rest 7 mock interviews, but उससे मुझे आदत पड़ गई थी कि how
Hmm.
to handle the stress। कि
Hmm.
अगर क्वेश्चन नहीं आता है आपको, how
Hmm.
to give the answer, and you
Hmm.
get the multiple perception of people because they also have the expertise। तो उनको
Hmm.
भी कहीं ना कहीं उनका opinion matters। So like in some interview I was being asked about the strategic disinvestment, in some interview I
Hmm.
was asked about the static of our ARD and some
Hmm.
growth theories of economics and some models of economics। and in my real interview there were no such questions, इन ये सब कुछ नहीं पूछा गया था। आई होप, बट मुझे लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं ये आपको एक स्ट्रेस हैंडलिंग है उस
Hmm.
वो सिखाता है अगर आप मॉक इंटरव्यूज देते हैं। बट आई वुड से 4 to 5 यू कैन गिव। आई वॉज वेरी सीरियस, आई गिव 7 टू बी
Yeah.
ऑन द सेफर साइड।
Hmm.
बट यू कैन गिव 4 to 5 mock interviews।
Right. And how was your main interview like?
Ma'am, my main interview, it was on 2nd Feb. I was second to be interviewed, and I was expecting कि they will ask for the intro,
Hmm.
but I went into the room. They didn't ask for intro. They were just mumbling about my educational qualification. कि okay, you
Okay,
have
okay.
done this. Okay, you
Hmm.
have
Hmm.
done this। They started with the chairperson. She started with the digital payments, like how it is necessary and
Hmm.
कैसे इसका impact होगा। And that was because I had written a certification course in my
Okay.
def, so उससे related ही question पूछा था। Then she asked me about the microfinance and microcredit, the provisioning of it, the categorization, and I was not able to answer one question because that was from a previous circular like two
Hmm.
to 3 years back। I was not able to recall. Then I said, ma'am, I'm sorry, I'm not able to recall it at this particular
Hmm.
moment. Then she asked me about some housing schemes and what is the role of NABARD in this housing scheme. Then the other panel member asked me about rice and wheat controversy in Haryana,
Hmm.
and what have you written, like what have you read uh, regarding interview. Then I mentioned all the stuff.
Hmm.
He asked me about some research paper of NABARD. That was also because I have written a research paper thing in
Oh.
my DEF. Then he asked me about GSDP. He asked me about the SFP. Then I started briefing out, and then I said the thing that GSDP of Haryana is higher than the national average. Then
Hmm.
he stopped me there. Then he said, "Okay, as you have said this thing, now tell me why it is higher than the national average."
Yeah.
Then I quoted two, three reasons.
Hmm.
Then he was expecting something else.
Hmm.
So I was not able to recall anything. Then he
Hmm.
said, "Okay, I will give you a word, proximity." Then I smiled. I recalled everything. Then I
Hmm.
said, "Okay, sir, it's proximity to Delhi." Then all the panel members they started laughing. Then after that, he asked me some question about the account aggregator and NBFCs. So it was such a cordial, I would
Hmm.
say, interview. They are very affable. At the end, they said me to just leave the room. Then I said I didn't want to leave the room, like, but just by
Yeah.
saying the thank you. Then I said, okay, I would have to say something. And then I said,
Hmm.
okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. It was
Hmm.
my first ever interview of my life. Thank you so much for making it so cordial. Then chairperson looked at me and said, okay, this was the first interview of your life.
Hmm.
Then I said, yes, ma'am. Then she said, okay, double wishes from my side then. Then I was very skeptical, like, why she said this thing. Then
Hmm.
I said thank you and I left the room.
Right.
Until the result was out, every night her this sentence was reverberating in my mind. Okay, why have she said this thing?
Double thank you. Yeah, double wishes. Right. And one thing I want to ask, like before we just come to the end of the session, like for example, in interviews, you said that how, about the NABARD functioning was asked, like maybe the housing schemes and everything, right? So the sources you must have covered. So what do you feel like such questions are from where? Are these from the annual reports, or if somebody is covering the NABARD website, they will get to have an idea about it, or it's the news that is general news that is going on during that time period?
मैम फॉर दिस आई वुड से यू कैन नेवर बी सो श्योर अबाउट एनीथिंग कि विच
Yeah.
डायमेंशन कौन सी डायमेंशन में वो क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे बट
Hmm.
यू शुड कवर एवरीथिंग रिलेटेड टू नाबार्ड इधर इट्स द वेबसाइट और एनुअल
Hmm.
रिपोर्ट या जो भी पेपर्स हैं लाइक पीएलपी है एसएफपी है एंड द फॉर्मल टॉपिक्स जो भी हैं जैसे
Hmm.
मैंने पहले भी मेंशन किया था एंड स्पेशली अबाउट योर बैकग्राउंड कि आप आपने जो भी स्टडी की है या फिर अबाउट वेर यू लिव तो उसके बारे में आपको सब कुछ अच्छे से पता होना चाहिए. They can ask question in any direction. You can never have any idea for that, but it's better to be well prepared.
Right. And also the things that you say, it can be the next question.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
whatever you say there, it can be the next question.
Right. So you should be only say those things which you are confident about and you know things about.
Right.
Uh, right. Okay. So then finally, for days of just thinking, recalling those words, after that, finally, when the result came, so where were you at, and how was the reaction at home and everything?
I was scrolling in a group on Telegram and suddenly the PDF list came. Firstly, the wait list was out, then the final result, and I was sitting in my room and I started from the bottom. Okay, let me see if I'm there. But fortunately, I was there, and it was a huge wave of relief, I would say. And I was extremely excited. मैं बहुत ज़्यादा खुश थी कि okay,
Right.
I have achieved this.
Right, true, true. And it's good. You have a lot of opportunities now ahead of you. And we wish you really all the best for your future life and the future endeavors. So by that, we have come to the end of the session, and Miss Poonam has shared her journey, and I'm very, very sure it is going to help a lot of aspirants, especially who are still in college and who aspire to join prestigious institute like NABARD. See, at the end, Poonam, I would like you to say something to the aspirants who are preparing for this examination, some words of advice that you can give as per your experience.
Okay, ma'am, in my journey, I have realized कि manifestation of thoughts, it really holds a very strong power. You should have the positive attitude कि if anybody can do it, तो मैं भी कर सकता हूँ. कि किसी और ने किया है, then I can also do it. And apart from the positive attitude, your self motivation and your consistency. They are crucial, and the conjunction of these three factors can yield the perfect equilibrium of what you desire and what you get. So I would say all the best to the future aspirants.
That's true. Consistency and motivation, these are all things that you have to come within, and that all comes when you have faith in yourself. Just have faith in yourself that if anybody can do, definitely you can do. All right. On that note, let's just end the session. Thank you again, Poonam, for joining with us and sharing your views, sharing your journey. And again, all the very best for your future.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.